You know what? I've decided that if you are someone who consistently judges and condemns other people, what that tells me is that you sit around judging and condemning yourself. Because what you judge on the outside is what you're judging on the inside. So I'm going to give you 4 steps on how to start loving yourself and why you need to start loving yourself. If you start loving yourself, you're not going to be projecting your bullshit on others. You're not going to be sitting around finding fault with others because they don't meet up to your expectations. So turn that around. How often do you spend time beating yourself up and condemning yourself for not being perfect, for not meeting your own standards? Oh, it's such a unloving place to be. My name is Patty, and I'm here to help you find those unconscious, unloving parts of you and me to make them more loving and kinder and conscious, so we can have a more loving and gentle and kind, loving, conscious world. Really, that's my jam. So let's think about this. The number one thing you can do to start loving yourself is to actually become the observer, the witness to your own thoughts and your own behavior. Start listening to yourself, what you are saying, what you are thinking. And that observer is the real you, not the person who judges. So start listening to your own self talk. The second thing is what Louise Hay recommends, which is stop criticizing yourself. Now that you've become the observer and listening to your thoughts and watching your behavior, you stop the criticism. And you know that because you're studying your thoughts, you're observing your thoughts. And then when you stop criticizing yourself, you notice how much you do criticize yourself. Start finding the affirmations to counteract those particular unloving thoughts. Oh God, I'm such an idiot. Oh, aren't you adorable? That is one of my very favorite go-to statements. Oh, aren't you just the cutest little thing when you think that? It's not true. And oh, you'll do better next time. Do and say these things. Make a list of affirmations that you can replace with your negative thinking. When you do that, you are changing your brain. You are rewiring your hardwired brain into something more loving. And when you start doing that, you start loving yourself and you catch yourself in that practice of unloving to loving. Guess what happens? The fourth thing, you start emanating love because you are starting to vibrate at a much lovely and loving manner. You're not beating yourself up. And when you stop beating yourself up and when you start elevating yourself, then you start elevating others. And you can say, oh, aren't they just adorable? Or that's just the way they are. I don't have anything to do with it. Anyway, those are my that's my 4-step process of learning to love yourself. Today I'm reading from One Day at a Time, each day a new beginning, actually. And I want you to think about what you want to change about yourself in the comments below. And I would love to hear if you need some help, if I can offer that help to you by giving you something to replace your negative thinking with. It's always a choice. We just don't realize it's a choice. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with somebody because you know there is. So the struggle to love one another may be a daily one for us. The struggle is real. And it is more difficult because we are still stumbling in our attempts at self-love. Many of us have lived our whole adult lives feeling inadequate, dull, unattractive, fearing the worst regarding our relationship with others. But this phase, this struggle is passing. We see a woman we like in the morning each morning, or a man. We did a task or a favor yesterday that we felt good about, and we can give ourselves high fives. And when we feel good about our accomplishments, we look with a loving eye on the persons around us. Self-love does encourage other love. Self-love takes practice. It's new behavior. We can begin to measure what we are doing rather than what we haven't yet managed to do. and praise ourselves. Nurturing our inner selves invites further expression of the values that are developing, values that will carry us to new situations and new opportunities for accomplishments, and finally, to the loving woman and man who looks back at us every morning. Self love makes me vulnerable and compassionate towards others. It's the balm for all wounds. It multiplies as it's expressed. It can begin with my smile. And this is how we change the world. We change the world by our loving actions, not by expecting somebody to be different, but by our loving ourselves. I love you.